Welcome to a flashback episode of the Truth Uncompromised show. To listen to this episode in its entirety, click the link in the description below. Thank you. Peace and love. All right, family. Welcome to the Truth Uncompromised show. I am your host, Rhonda, and tonight is Thursday, November 2nd. And we have a great show planned for you tonight. Tonight's topic is poverty pimps, fleecing the less fortunate. So I am really excited about doing this show. There's a lot of things going on within the quote conscious community and around this planet in general, just with so-called self-appointed leaders hustling the community and specifically the melanated community. So we're going to go in real deep tonight. We're not going to spend a lot of time on the organized church religions because most of you that are joining this show, you already know what that is particularly. I'm going to spend a lot of time tonight going in on the conscious community within the for the melanated people. So with that said, let me see. Okay. My lines just jumped, so let me see. Let me bring on Brother Wendell. Here we go here. Greetings, brother. How are you?
Greeting. I'm like cabbage and mashed sweet potatoes.
I cooked me a pot of cabbage this week too. That's funny that you mentioned it.
Yeah, man.
That's good.
You finna go in on them folks again.
Yeah, well, you know what? Because the last couple of little calls, it was coming up inadvertently, probably like the last 4 or 5 calls, and I cussed them out, call them a bunch of MFSBs, this, that, and the third. So they need a dedicated show on the fuckery that's going on. So we're going to put it all out there, discuss the con and the hustle that they're playing. And, really you can basically see a pattern that these folks are portraying and kind of go into a little of their psyche, the reasons they're doing it, etc. So, yeah, I had to dedicate a show to the poverty pimps so folks can enter and understand why I call it fuckery and the reason it is fuckery. So, yeah, they get their own show tonight. Okay, so let me bring on Brother Sean. Greetings, brother.
Greetings, sis.
How you doing?
Greeting, brother. How you doing?
I need y'all to hit me up on PayPal. You know what I'm saying? I got things I need to happen for me. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I need you to hit the donation button. Don't forget the motherfucking donation button, because that comes with
currency.
it.
That fiat currency ain't real. You dig what I'm saying? I got the paperwork. I got the nationality for you. $7,500. You know what I'm saying? Rush that to me. And I send your paperwork in, and you just wait back. They get with you. Just wait back. They'll holler at you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, hustlers. So, yeah, we're definitely going to go in tonight because it is really prevalent in the conscious community, and I'm specifically speaking on the melanated community. And once I sat down and really started thinking about it, after the disgust and being pissed off about it, I'm like, you know what? We continue, meaning the melanated people, to allow this fuckery to go on, where people are getting beat out of their finances, suffering dire consequences from either listening to advice from these fake-ass, self-appointed leaders / healers / fake-ass messiahs / whatever the hell they deem themselves. We're talking people are not only losing material things and monetary things, but we're also talking about losing their freedom, messing around with fake-ass paperwork. So we're literally talking about being locked behind bars, their children being taken away from them, and it's really, really disgusting. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. That's just that particular fraud, and we're not even talking about the other side of the coin, which is pimping the women. Okay, and how the women and children becomes the prey on these predators in the conscious community. So, we're definitely going to go in tonight. So, Sis Sandra, I don't see you here. So, I see a 661, but I'm not. Okay, that's you, Sis. I wasn't going to open up that line, but I see you now. You've come in the queue. So, here we go. Greetings, Sis. How are you?
Greetings. I forgot to press *1.
Yeah, because I'm like, I can never remember the first 3 exchanging your number, and I didn't want to open up the little line, if that wasn't you. So, how are you?
You had to crack it up. I said, oh, my God, I was going to be quiet tonight, but I can't on this one.
I know. This is hot. I've been MFing and SBing on this off topic. It hasn't been the main topic on the show for quite a couple of months here. So it just has to be put all out on the table of the fuckery that's going on in our community and how folks know about it and they stay silent or they're in denial. So we're going to go in tonight, and as always, anybody want to put something on it, have comments or whatever, press *1 to get in the queue.
I should at least go to everybody else on the fellow brothers.
Oh, yeah, look at me. I'm all ready to jump in.
She's jumping the gun.
Yeah, my bad. Go on and speak to each other.
We understand the need for speed on this one.
Absolutely.
Those thoughts are hitting us hard, as you said that, and that song you played, it wasn't any better.
That was played purposely. That's old school, the OJs, but how fitting. How fitting.
Yeah.
And, none of this shit is new. None of it is new. Some of us may have just experienced it, but it's nothing new. It's the same hustle. And as we get deeper into it, you're gonna see that it's actually the same hustle as a street pimp. It's really no different. It's absolutely really no different. Okay, so I'm gonna start out, and I didn't when I started putting this show together over the last couple months. I have been talking to a couple folks, and I had used the term poverty pimp. And so in my eyesight, poverty pimp means a person that is preying, P-R-E-Y, on the less fortunate for monetary gains. You're going to also see ultimately it's also about grabbing energy, people's spiritual energy for power, okay? And that's what poverty pimps do. And the sad part about it, they are fleecing the folks that can least afford it. So meaning not only from a monetary standpoint, but they're from a spiritual standpoint, they are fleecing the folks that are vulnerable. So meaning they may have a difficult time going on in their life, especially people that have just come out of the spell of religion, okay, when they figure out how that was pretty much all bullshit and brainwashing, and they get a lot of their information from the quote conscious community, they are also primed for the pickings to be the victims of poverty pimps. Because although they have come out of religion or waking up from the spell of religion, they still have not totally broken the spell of being in an organized group to get their sense of livelihood from, okay? So tonight we're going to touch on, not only is it about the physical fleecing, but more importantly, it is definitely a spiritual energy fleecing. So I had thought that I was the only one thinking of this term, poverty pimp. And then when I started researching for the show, I saw that it's a thing that has been named among the melanated community for the conscious community, and also the church, but mainly it's been spoken of poverty pimps in the conscious community. So I found that quite interesting because I had no idea that that is a phrase going around. So as I was doing a little research, there's a lot of blogs that's been thrown up. This one particular blog, and it's a forum called Desti. And it's this particular one topic was Black Spirituality Religion, Conscious Pimps. And this goes back to 2008. And so this is one person that posted this particular, in this particular forum. It says, sisters, I think we can all relate to this, the conscious pimp. I have spoken about the polygamy thing, okay, and that's another motherfucking symbol. Somebody with a slick-ass tongue throwing out polygamy can barely take care of themselves now. Let's be clear. Can barely take care of themselves, but want to throw out polygamy. I think that kind of contradicts the definition of polygamy, but that's also one of the signs of a conscious pimp. Want to put that polygamy shit out there. So anyhow, I have spoken about the polygamy thing, but I also feel it necessary to address another issue with dealing with our brothers. That is the conscious pimp. A conscious pimp is a brother that uses consciousness and or African culture to run game on sisters and to use it for selfish means. I am hearing it and seeing it more often and really disappointed at how things are going down. It happens on a variety of fronts. For instance, they may find a sister who is not in the culture and begin telling her how she is a queen and a goddess. While this may be true, this is intended to gain her trust, as she may have not heard a brother say such things. He speaks to her like he is intelligent about the history and even spirituality. He may use poetry and the likes to get in. While he may be informed, his intentions are to run game to get the poo. He might even say, I don't want to have sex. I want to explore Tantra with you. While the brother sounds really cool, he is doing this to several women at once, unbeknown to the sister. The sister is, of course, devastated and hurt when the truth comes out. Often, the brother may try to use polygamy as a tool in his pimp game to justify the inappropriate behavior, all in the name of the community. This brother, we must beware. Okay, so we must be careful to distinguish the conscious pimp from the brothers really trying to grow and be what they were created to be. Here are some tips on how to identify a conscious pimp. The devil is in the details. Look for the little things that he does that contradicts what he is saying. Does he talk about spirituality, but you never see him praying or meditating? And nowadays, you even got to watch that shit, because they'll be praying and meditating for your motherfucking demise or for you to come under their spell. But anyhow, does he embrace being a conscious thug, feeling that the only streetwise brother can lead the revolution? He probably rejects any advanced education, but freely quotes Donald Goins, Iceberg Slim, and Malcolm X's early days. Does he have hyper-masculine views of manhood? That is, does he hide his sexism under a oppressive personality? He tells you what to wear, how to talk, what to feel. Does he equate women with either being a goddess, gold digger, or a whore? Could he really respect women if he does? Does he have 10 kids in the name of building a nation, but doesn't seem to really take care of any of them, or only a few? Does he justify cheating on you and lying by saying that he is a man and this should be expected? After all, there aren't enough conscious brothers to go around, so stop being selfish. Does he blame the white man and black woman as the source of why he won't work? Does he make you feel guilty for your part in the black man's oppression and ask you to pay his bills or max out your credit card as compensation? Does he have characteristically pimp-like behavior but justify it with excuse after excuse? Does he dip out to see other sisters, especially after 10 p.m., in the name of supporting her through a hard time? Does he have extremist views that justify him beating the crap out of you like you need to be humble? Does he accept that behavior from his friends? Or does he try to break you down and then try to build you up? Does he try to isolate you from your girls and try to give you new friends that are acceptable to him? Does he want you to keep your relationship secret because others might be jealous? Does he try to turn you on using cosmic sensual examples? Now, I know some of this may be extreme, and there are a whole lot of brothers that are the real deal, and those items alone may not reflect the whole story. But there are also those who have made a conscious pimp a form. I got most of this information from a brother who had done it. He also shared that the reasoning behind this kind of brother is that some of the information that is being disseminated was never meant to be shared out of the controlled environment. That is for one to have it. It needed to be accomplished with morality. The conscious information that is being used is being done without ethical training of the ancients. It is important that when you meet a brother that you determine his moral character above his conscious information, and don't believe all the hype just because it sounds good. Check the actions and make a conscious decision to draw the line when it doesn't feel right. Okay, so that's just off of a forum called Black Spirituality, Religion, Conscious Pimp. And this person posted this back in 2008. So I will pause in case somebody wants to put something on it. Otherwise, we will keep it moving.
Yeah. You already know,
Brother Sean. I know, but you be cracking me up how you come in all smooth like, yeah. Go ahead on, brother.
There's all kind of games that they play. They interfere in your personal relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Tell you that your man is evil, or that he doing this, that, or the other, or that he don't appreciate you. I mean, it's basically the same old thing. It's just wrapped up in a new age package.
Right.
It's the same game from the 70s.
Exactly.
60, 70, whatever. But these guys ain't no real pimp stuff, because the real pimps, you knew they was pimps. And they let it be known what it was about. They wasn't pulling on people.
Deceiving.
Dreams.
Yeah.
And, harnessing people's souls, which is what a lot of these people are doing.
Yeah.
I mean, we can look at it from the physical aspect and even beyond the spiritual aspect. It's the soul. Those people that are giving away their powers and consistently being victims are also causing themselves to be trapped here again, because you're not vibrating at high enough frequency to get out of here. So you're trapped again. So you're victimized by your own choice.
Yes.
True enough, these people are taking advantage of you, but you're letting them. Ain't no reason for you not to know this game by now. It's the only thing about melanated people they put in the movies. We got to be pimps, hoes, drug dealers, killers.
Right.
We all that dark stuff. So I mean, it's because you put on a dashiki or a fez,
right?
Whatever you want to put on, it ain't got nothing to do with the dark ugliness is in your heart.
That's right. Indeed.
But they can't feed if you don't feed them.
Right. Say that again, brother.
They can't eat if you don't feed them.
Exactly.
I want to say,
go ahead on, sis. Absolutely.
I want to say on another level, if you look at it a different way, that genetically we are hunter-gatherers, and that's what we used to do as a culture, the men especially, and they have been put to disuse in a culture that finds them useless. And so instead of being the breadwinner for the family and hunting the prey, the women have become the prey. And so they have turned every trick in the book, whether intentional or not, to capture and seduce women. There's no honesty anymore in the hunt and pursuit of a mate. They didn't change it to like we're animals that they hunting, and all their love war, So they're going to use every trick and wile in the book to get that kill. I hate to say it like that, but they're not going to be honest. And when you're saying all those things, I say, well, I know somebody did that. I mean, I could count as many people, men that I've encountered and heard of other people encountered who's just like what you just said. And it's all and there's some of them too, because we have lost the real meaning of mating. And the real meaning of mating is to get man meets woman, man gets a woman, man has babies, with the woman, and they have a family. But that's not the point anymore. They want to hunt, and it's the thrill of the. And and even if you look at society, they said that the woman, if you don't wait 90 days to give it up, then he's through with you because the hunt is over. Society encourages the hunt. They encourage it. And so these guys are being taught by society, by TV. I know you don't know the 90-day rule.
By fake-ass Steve Harvey, who cheated on both of his motherfucking wives, so we're not going to go there. But go ahead. But the women need to be aware. I agree with what he says. You need to be aware of that
the game they're playing. But it's just our people have been stripped of their natural culture, and they have changed it into something else. And plus our leaders, and let's get back to the leaders, who said this is what you're supposed to do as men. You're entitled to having many, not just one. They tell them you're entitled to have many as long as you can support them. You know,
right, but
crazy.
They done sunk so low, they can't even support them.
I know it. So why are you even talking about it? You know what your culture's like right now. Why are you encouraging multiple women? That's our leaders are doing that kind of stuff.
Right.
Stephen Harvey is a leader. He's out there in public life encouraging, the women at least to stand your ground. But the women who come on his show say, well, what if? What if? There's no what if, but
right.
This is now. We have been brainwashed to be what this culture has made us to be. This captivity has taught us